evening, everyone, and welcome to Check It Out, the library talk show that lets you know what's happening at the Bethel Park Public Library. We're your hosts, Elaine Volpe
and Christine McIntosh, and I'm going to talk about what's going on for adults at the library in May. First of all, we have our annual book sale, which will be held May 1st through the 4th. We have preview night on Thursday, May 1st, and you pay to get in. It's $25 to get in the door, but you get first crack at everything that's in there. And also you get a large brown paper bag like you used to get at the grocery stores. And you can fill that with anything you want. So we do get a lot of booksellers come that night. And then Friday and Saturday is our regular sale from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. And our prices range from 50 cents for a paperback up to $2 or $3 for a newer fiction book, or we do have a lot of DVDs too. And then Sunday from 1 to 5 is our bag sale. So you pay $5. Again, you get that large brown paper bag, and you can fill it with anything you want for $5. So we get people to come in and take several bags and fill them up, and they will fill them to the brim. So it's a good fundraiser for us. So we hope to see you there. And we also have psychic medium Reverend Dr. Debbie Packler will be at the library on Saturday, May 3rd, from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. She will be doing 20-minute readings. It's $35 for a reading, with 20% of the proceeds going directly towards the library. It is a fundraiser for us, and it's a lot of fun. You do need to make an appointment, and we do ask that you pay cash, because we separated at the end of the day her money from our money. So if you're interested, again, that's Saturday, May 3rd from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We have a couple really interesting programs that Rob has arranged for us, which he's always fantastic in finding good programs for us. The first is a program sponsored by the Better Business Bureau called Avoiding Scams in Our Marketplace. That will be held Tuesday, May 6th at 7 p.m. And you will get tips on preventing identity theft, outsmarting investment fraud, and hiring a home improvement contractor, and more. That's something I've never had to do, and I don't know where I would start in hiring a contractor. I'd be afraid. And we have, Introduction to Drawing. This is presented by Steve Korpa. He was our guest on Check It Out in March. It's a 3-week class, and it's on Wednesdays at 11, from 11 till 12:30. I'm actually taking this class.
I was going to ask you if you decided
I signed up. That's going to be my lunch hour.
Good.
Those weeks. So it's Wednesdays, May 7th, 14th, and 21st at 11 a.m. This is a perfect class for beginners, and Mr. Korpa guarantees that my drawing will improve. So I will show you.
Yes.
I'll show you on our next show what I've accomplished. And I'm looking forward to that. On Thursday, May 15th at 7 p.m., we have Alex from TechBox is coming to talk about smartphones and give you the basics of smartphones, what they can do, how they work, which one might be right for you. Do you get an Android? Do you get an iPhone? So he will be here on the 15th at 7 to talk about that. On Wednesday, May 21st at 7 p.m., we have Dr. Kevin Smith will be in to talk about 5 keys to fibromyalgia relief. So Dr. Smith will talk to you about the 5 things that you must do to be free of fibromyalgia pain forever. This is without drugs or surgery. So Dr. Smith has done several programs for us on other topics, but he will be here to talk about fibromyalgia. And then we have a 4-week program on Falun Dafa, which is a Chinese traditional practice to improve the mind and body through a series of easy exercises, meditation, and the development of one's heart-mind nature. Those sessions will be on Thursdays at 7 p.m., and they start on May 22nd and continue for 4 consecutive weeks. We also have a really interesting program. We have a screening of a documentary coming up.
I did not know this.
This is being presented by the Chartiers Custom Pet Cremation Service. The screening is of their documentary called Fur-Ever, F-U-R-Ever. So it's a documentary that explores how people preserve their pets in memorial, such as a simple grave marker. Some will incorporate part of their pet's remains into jewelry. I know I do have friends that
I don't
have
know how I
like
feel about that.
that have like loved ones and ashes from
In a locket
cremation
or
in a
something?
locket. So that's what I'm kind of assuming that is. But also some people will taxidermy or mummify their pets. So that is what this documentary explores, and it confronts contemporary trends, perspectives, and relevant cultural assumptions regarding attachment, religion, ritual, grief, and death of your pet and the bonds that bind us together. I'm to tell you to be advised that the film does show some of the detail of the preservation methods that some may find disturbing. And I have to say, when my Selena, my cat, when she finally died, I have some of her fur that I kept because.
And what do you do?
Well,
like just like you would keep a baby's lock of hair,
Yes.
first tooth. You
Yes.
kept some fur.
Well, she's actually. I have a little Stanley Cup statue on my shelf, and her fur's in the top of the Stanley Cup. I'm
serious?
serious. It's like
Well,
a little
that's fitting.
Selena
You
shrine.
love the pens,
Yeah.
obviously, and you love Selena.
And I'm hoping for the day when you could repet, like clone my cat. I
Oh
think
my gosh.
she was the best cat ever.
Aw.
I have 2 other ones that I love very much now, but anyhow, so that screening is on May 28th at 7 p.m. I just have a few announcements. The library will be closed on Sunday, May 25th and Monday, May 26th in celebration of the Memorial Day holiday. And then that is the end of our Sunday hours for the summer. So just remember the library is not open on Sundays from Memorial Day through Labor Day. We're open on Sundays during the school year. So I just wanted to let everyone know that and remind them of that. And that's what I have coming up in May.
Okay, so let's talk about what's happening on the children's side. I thought first and foremost I would talk about the puppet workshop because I'm sure our viewers are wondering what these lovely puppets are doing here. So I brought Mouse down, and did we
Rooster.
decide he's
I
a
think
rooster?
he's a rooster.
I always
Yeah.
knew he was a type of bird. I
He's
guess
a bird.
But you're right. The red plume on top makes him a rooster.
Yes.
So Cheryl Capizzuti, I think we've had her on the show. I know we've had her on the show in the past. I think we've talked about the puppet making process. So I just brought these puppets down as a reminder and to let you all know that we're having another puppet making workshop on Saturday, May 17th at 11 o'clock. We're actually going to do one in May and then another one in August. But the first one is May 17th. And this is a family event, so we encourage you to come out with everybody and learn about the hands-on puppet making process. How she does this, they're all done from scratch and from recycled materials. So Cheryl will talk about how she does it and then let us get a little messy with her and
This
make
lovely
some of our own.
bird has a plastic milk bottle as its base.
Turn it around so everybody can see.
It has a plastic
It's a milk carton.
bottle. So it's very cool.
And then Mouse here is what she refers to as a puppet or a basket head puppet. And that's because these type of puppets are made out of a waste paper basket. So she puts the materials on top and then voila, you can wear it on your head. So it's a basket head. But it'll be a fun day. I think just these puppets are just so much fun to look at, and hopefully some of you have checked them out because remember they do circulate. But they're just fun to learn about and to create. So we'll be creating together again on May 17th, and we hope you all can join us. Other programs in May, we have a Discovery Club, which is a science class for preschoolers. It'll be a 4-week session. Each will have a science-based story at the start of it, followed by an experiment. And then parents will be invited back in towards the end of that class to do some discovery stations with their child. So additional experiments at stations. So it's called the Discovery Club. It runs Thursday, May 22nd through June 12th at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. And it's for ages 4 through 6. So again, that preschool crowd. And we ask that you register for that class beginning May 1st. We also have a story time coming up in May. It's called What a Hoot. It'll be Wednesday evenings at 6:30. And this too is geared more towards preschoolers, but siblings are welcome. You can bring the whole family again. And it'll be stories, crafts, laughs, and more. So sign up for What a Hoot. Again, you can sign up beginning May 1st. Then for the teen crowd, I just want to talk about the apparition again. Last month, Dominic Bianco was our guest, and he talked about his new book, The Apparition, which is Saga. It will be a trilogy. And he kind of gave us a little insight to the book and what it was all about and how he got started writing it. And he is hosting a book club here at the library for tweens and teens this summer. But I wanted to mention it now because it's not, it's not too early to come get the book if you want to start reading it. You can stop in May, and we have 3 copies available in the library, but you're also able to download it to your Kindle or other device. I think it's $2.99 from Amazon, so not a bad deal at all. Or you can choose to buy the actual print book through Amazon, and that way you'll have a copy, and Dominic, I know, will be happy to sign it when you come to the book club in June. So I'm mentioning it now so you can check it out and read it. The book club will be on June 24th. Just double check that. Yep, Tuesday, June 24th at 7 p.m. And Dominic Bianca is kind enough to provide pizza and soda for you guys. So you're just going to sit around, talk about the book, what you liked, what you didn't like, how you think he could maybe improve it, and what you want to see happen in the next 2 installments.
Yes.
So it'll be kind of cool. It's a book club, kind of like a critique circle too. He wants your feedback. So again, The Apparition, available here at the library or on Amazon.com, and that book club taking place in June. So that's it. But we're gearing up. That's what I have for now. But we're gearing up for summer reading. Our flyers are in the process of being printed. These will be available soon. They will also be available online. The one date that I should mention, though, is our summer reading kickoff, which will be Saturday, June 14th from 6 to 9. And we'll have entertainment there again. We'll have some refreshments there for sale. And that'll be the perfect opportunity for you to sign up the whole family for our summer reading. Because remember, we do one for little kids, one for elementary age kids, one for the teens, as well as one for adults.
Yes, there is adult summer reading, and I will talk more about that on our June show. But it does start right at the beginning of June, so be prepared. Be prepared. We don't have a guest today, but I wanted to talk about the Citizens Police Academy that I took part in, since it was a 12-week program. It started in January, and I've been wanting to do this for several years, and I just haven't had a chance. First of all, I didn't know, because I don't live in Bethel, but I work in Bethel. So I came down and talked to Lori, who's the secretary, the chief secretary, and she said, oh, no, you run a business in Bethel, so you could do it. And so I signed up, and I can't say enough good about it. You've
been having a lot of fun.
I have had so much fun with this. Officer Tom Regatti coordinates it and sets up all the speakers, and we get our, we have uniforms we have to wear, these T-shirts that, have the logo, and each week there's another speaker. So we've heard from speakers, our traffic division here in Bethel, but also the FBI, the DEA, the federal marshals, the K-9 unit, which was probably my favorite. They had a K-9 unit come from the Port Authority and talk about what they do. Each week, each person talked about what they did. So the K-9 unit, they came in, there was 2 officers, they talked about what they did and what kind of training they require. And then they brought their K-9, their K-9 officer in, which was, I'm an animal person, and, yes. And I just wanted to, hug and kiss this beauty. Oh, it was gorgeous. I think his name was Marco. I can't remember. I think his name was Marco. Big German Shepherd, very gorgeous. But this dog is so well behaved. Like the officer had the dog's favorite toy. It would put it on the dog's nose and around him and just say, leave it, leave it, leave it. The dog wouldn't touch it, and as soon as he gave the word, the dog would grab it. He was having a good time. Wow. And then the officer would say, stop, and he would just drop it. It was amazing.
It's amazing how well some can be trained. We were talking just last night, my family and I, about a neighbor's dog who is trained to ring the bell whenever they have to go outside.
Oh.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
It's not like it's a doorbell, but it's not like
it's
he doesn't have to
height.
reach. It's right. It's dog height. He rings the bell when he has to go outside. I just think that's amazing. I mean, I know that they're smart animals. We've talked. You're an animal lover. You know a lot. I don't. I didn't grow up with animals, but they do fascinate me. I mean, it's just amazing some of the stories that I've heard over the years, and just how intelligent they really are.
Well, these officers then put the canine officer, through his paces. So they demonstrated him doing bomb sniffing activities, and then also, which was the best part, they showed him. They put on the biting arm. I don't know the technical term of it. And the one officer, the dog handler, set the dog loose on the other officer who was wearing this bite arm. And it was amazing what this dog could do, that he would just stay on that bite no matter what noise or anything else until he was told to stop. So It was very interesting.
It's interesting.
I recommend the Citizens Police Academy to anybody who even has an inkling. They do it also for teens at the high school, for those that might be interested in going into a law enforcement career. But the adults, you know, we were just kind of interested in knowing about law enforcement and learning about all these different agencies. We did go down and visit the Federal Marshal's office, which was really...
How was that?
Oh, it was so interesting. We got to go in and see a sentencing hearing in the courtroom.
Wow.
And saw all of their, they have cameras everywhere. You know, somebody has to manage the surveillance, and we talked to their task force and how they all work together, interagency, to, capture criminals. So
fascinating.
it was, I really recommend it.
And this is free, the police academy?
It is free. It's for residents or people that own a business in the community to learn more about law enforcement and about the Bethel Park Police Department. So I thank Officer Tom Rigatti and Chief Mackey for providing such an amazing experience. It's unusual. We're one of the few communities that does it. So please take advantage of it, because it was absolutely wonderful.
Great. I had one more thing that I wanted to mention, too. We actually have two great opportunities coming up through the Washington Wild Things as well as the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yes. And I chose just to bring the Wild Things flyer down because this one is happening first. But you could buy a reserved seat ticket for $7 to one of the games. The library night is Wednesday, June 11th at 6 p.m. And I always said what a fun night out this is for families, and an inexpensive one. The Washington Wild Things, it's a great stadium, and it's a fun team to watch, and it's just so affordable. I think it's a great night out. You can also get $25 seats, and you can get the all-you-can-eat buffet. I did that one year. I did that 1 year. I went to... What is it like? What is the buffet? I mean, is it decent? Yeah, it was very good. It was very good. They had, they had chicken and hot dogs and, salad, pasta salad, fruit. Yeah, it was good. It was quite good, yeah, because we did that. I went with Rachel, one of the other librarians that works with us. Me and Rachel and her daughter went. And the stadium is more intimate. You kind of feel like you're at a high school game almost. Yes. But they're minor league. And I love how they, I think it's between each inning, they do something fun. Crowd participation. They have a little contest, or they have you get up and do something, or they have a little performance out in the field. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And Public Library Night at PNC Park will be in July. I don't know. So we'll remind you of that on next month's show. Yes. So. But take advantage of this. You can stop in if you needed more information. But again, tickets are only $7. And how fun would it be to get a group together, whether it be family or friends or both, and go enjoy a night at the ballpark? Yes, indeed. Well, we will leave you this evening, with a past program highlight. This is from our teen murder mystery. Yes. Talk about law enforcement and solving crime and criminals. We did a murder mystery. We did a murder mystery with teens where the staff played the suspects. We were all suspects. And Elaine was the commissioner, so she interviewed us. You, in fact, were the murderer. Were you not? Indeed was the murderer. Scarlett, what was your name Ann was... Beans. Ann Beans. My name was Ann Beans, and I murdered the library director in the magazine area. Yes. So... Elaine was the commissioner, so she kind of led the interrogation of the suspects, and the kids got to ask questions of the suspects, and they wrote down, all of their clues, so that they could figure out. And we did have 2 teams that figured it out. Yes. Or 3. Maybe we had 3. I think we had 3 out of the 4 who solved it correctly. But we chose the one that had the most sound reasoning. They use the clues appropriately to get to the answer. So we do have a past program highlight from the teen murder mystery. And if it looks fun, we encourage you to check it out in the spring, because we plan on offering it again. Enjoy. The Teen Murder Mystery program happened on April 4th. We had about a dozen teens who came in, received a dossier from Commissioner Elaine about the murder that took place in the library. They were then shown to the murder scene. There was tape on the floor, and it was all taped off because it was a crime scene. And then the kids went to their respective tables for teams, and they read through the dossier.
And then came the suspects. The suspects came in and were questioned by Commissioner Elaine and also by the teens. And then they got together with their team and worked out, according to the clues and what the suspects said during interrogation, worked out who they felt was the murderer. And then Commissioner Elaine gathered up all of their answers to the questions that they asked and who they chose as the murderer. And Elaine then revealed the murderer, which of course was me, Miss Christine, but I was playing Ann Beans. And then prizes were awarded to the team that used the clues most accurately to come to the conclusion of which suspect was the murderer.
There's a light in your eyes, shining in mine. There's a light in your eyes, I find. I can see you looking at me. I know it'll be alright. There's a hope in your hand, molded in mine. There's a hope in your hand, I find. There's a kindness I feel you've given me. There's a kindness in your heart